Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm going to be creating these mass bulk gift card albums. They are so sweet and they are very, very basic. It is probably like one of the very first mini albums that I've ever created as a paper crafter. So if you're an advanced crafter, yes, you'll probably know exactly what to do as soon as I open this. But if you're a beginner crafter, this is like the perfect album for you. So the reason why I made these is because, of course, during the holidays, we're all busy. You can stretch this by 4 albums out of 4x12 papers. And that is pretty cool, right? Because we want to maximize all of our papers, especially these gorgeous holiday ones that we got. So in the front here, I created a tag pocket with this little doily, and I'll show you kind of like what I did. And then you have this like adorable like little, pocket on the side. And this will fit your gift cards perfectly. I also added a little like vellum pocket. Just, if you're doing a mass album, you don't have to really do this part because you're kind of moving quick and doing bulk for classrooms, teachers, whatever it is that you're doing. Tea swaps, things like that. It's really how you want to do it. So this is a perfect size gift card right here just for, display so you can see how large it is. And, these pages are so pretty. I felt like I didn't even have to really decorate it that much because, it just looks gorgeous with the paper itself. But I'm going to give you some options to do and all that stuff. And I'm going to show you kind of what my process is. And again, you have like, if you don't want to do a gift card, you can just stick a little tag in there, but they just come out so lovely. And again, this page was so pretty and I just didn't finish this one, but because I wanted to just get to the tutorial, and I thought these would be great to do before, the holidays, especially because I know some of you work on this. Also, if you donate to like senior homes, facilities, these are great too, because you can bust like 20 of these out and like no problem, or 40 or whatever. So my measurement, and I want to show you, so I'm going to show you 2 sizes. So I'm going to be using a 4x12. And again, you're going to get 3 sheets out of this if you're using a 12x12 paper. And if you want to do a larger one, this is going to be a 6x12 size with the same measurement. So this is 6x12 just for reference, so you can see the size depending how big you want to do it. Okay, so grab a 4x12. But again, this is more just relaxing, decorating, and that's just what I felt like doing this morning, was kind of decorating. So another thing is, so this is going to be really easy. We're going to be scoring this at 3, 6, and 9 inches. So again, if you are a newbie, this is a no-brainer right here, 3, 6, and 9. So what I like to do, especially if you have these kind of leftover sheets, if you have like journaling cards, pages, and you don't know what to do with them, this is perfect for that because you don't have to cover up the pages. Oh my goodness, I just lost everything. You don't have to cover up the pages, and the pictures kind of score perfect for you. So again, I want the inside to be my picture, so I'm gonna fold this down. And then we're just gonna fold this back and then down, and that's literally going to be our album. And then we're just going to glue it. So I'm going to make my little notch right up on the top here, and then I'm just going to glue this. So you have this little pocket right here. You can always add on too. So if you want a really big album, you could just keep adding these 4x12 papers together. So of course you would do that to me. It's a little early for Christmas, but I know I have quite a few viewers who start every year early. So this is for you. And I love this paper. Okay. So just going to have that little pocket right there. And do you see what I mean with the journal pages? So now, look, you don't even have to decorate. So if you're doing like this mass thing, and you want to stick a gift card on here right now, maybe a little photo, boom, you're done. And guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to corner around this. So hold on, I'm going to open that up real quick. And for mine, just to give it a different look, I wanted to corner around it. So when I corner around this, I do every little kind of like score just to make it look a little different. So I'm going to do all of this. So when you open it, it just has that rounded journal card look. Oops, I gotta get back to that one. Okay, and then I'm just doing these two. You can leave it square. Again, if you don't have time, this is time consuming. So if you don't want to do that, then definitely don't. Okay, my glue is still sticking, so it came out fine that way. And now I'm going to show you kind of just like my little process and how I did the front. So let me just get this down here a little bit. Okay. So before I started filming, I was like, I want to make this video Christmassy, and I painted my nails and I got it all over my desk, and I ended up having to take it off because it started not drying. All right, so in my little kit with my papers, it came with all of these tags, so I'm kind of measuring it for you. So it came with all these little cutouts, and I am going to just like pick one. I think I'm gonna use this. So if you don't have obviously this kit, which more than likely you probably don't, I kind of measured it to 1 3/4 by 4 inches as like the little pocket, I guess you want to say. So I definitely trim this down a little bit. So I'm just kind of making it, and you don't even have to do the ticket top cornering part. You can just like make it a straight 1 3/4 by 4 inch thing. So I kind of just did this because I had these extra tickets, and I want it a little bit shorter. So that's where I got this number from, the 1 3/4. So I did cut mine down just a little bit. So obviously you can make it like that and just leave it on that way. But what I did is I took my die. So these are some In Love dies that I had. And the cool thing about this die is that, and if you don't have this, just use a regular doily, or you don't even have to use this. So I'm just showing you what I did. But it cuts out this perfect circle, and I kind of use that for like some of the embellishments later on. Like I have one of these right here. So it's kind of just a 2-in-1. And plus, when you're using a doily, you kind of cover it. So what I did with this one, so I'm not like wasteful about it, is I just cut it and I glued it like that. So it looks like there's a doily in there, but there really isn't. Well, there is, kind of, the outside. So I'm just gluing that, and I'm just gonna cover it just so that little, hole's not showing. And I just feel like it adds a little bit to that pocket, right? Rather than it just being just the tag itself. So I'm going to glue just right here to make it a pocket. And leaving the side open. And I'm going to stick that right on there. And it just comes out lovely already, right? And this is going the extra mile if you're doing the mass. And I did, well, I'll do this at the end, but I did use some glitter. I just don't want to, ruin it while I'm doing this. So, okay, right here, I had done for the vellum pockets for the front and back. So like this portion and this portion, it's the same size. It's just 2.5 by 3 inches. And I will say, if you don't score your paper perfect, you may have to just trim it a tiny bit. We'll see how I trimmed mine. So this is a 2.5 by 3 inch vellum, and it actually fits pretty good. So because I rounded my bottom, I have to absolutely corner round this because it will kind of like hang off the edge there. So I just corner rounded the bottom of it. Actually, I'm going to do all of these. And then I stick them together here and just kind of do my little thing. So for one of the pockets, I had just thought it was fun, but I made a little heart there just for a little sheer thing. You don't obviously have to do that, but for one of them I'll leave plain. And the second one, I have an old Martha Punch, and I missed this. I wish she had more of these. but it's just a simple thing. You go like this and it goes through. If you don't have this, no big deal. Just run it through your die machine before you put it in there if you really like want it on there. If not, just throw it on like this because it looks beautiful this way and you really don't need to do that. Oops, got my thumb there. And I love the vellum because, and look at that, I used the wrong piece. The other one was smaller. So you see how mine's hanging off the edge there. I'll clean that up with the scissors. I would have preferred to do it before I put it on here, but I didn't really see it. So just that way. And then I actually put one on the back too. So, but do you see how pretty the paper is? It's like, I don't want to cover this up. That's why I use the vellum. And you can add little dainty charms on here. I had some twine and I meant to do that, but I honestly don't have any Christmas charms. So I was like, okay, I'm going to knock that out. I'm not going to do that. So I had this, where is it? My little gold twine, but how pretty with this paper specifically would this be with like a little dangly charm? Or you could even use dies. Like I had started a ice skating thing and then I ended up not doing it because I wasn't so sure about it. Okay, I'm just trying to get this out of the way here. So you've got that. And again, this sizing right here that I cut out, because this is a gift card die actually, and this is a perfect gift card size right here. And I have, oh, see, here's the little thing. Here's the little ice skate that I made. And I was like, huh, should I put that on there? And I ended up not doing it. So I'm just going to add some fun in here. And then I also did add, oh, I want to show you this before I forget. So another cute thing I thought, so remember when we were doing these like bottle cap things one year, I thought these would even be pretty on here for a little like closure. These, you could even do without the bottle cap because it's a little large and then it will make it like smaller. And then also on another album, you could add dies. See here, I added the little ticket. Here I added the ice skating thing, or roller ice skate. And this one's kind of flat. So really just depends how far you want to go with it. I'm going to use some, do I want to use foam tape? Yeah, I'll use some foam tape on this one. I'm going to put this right here. Maybe find something in here. Is this too big? It's too big. That's why I must have used this one. So you can put that in the front. I'm trying to find one of these little gold stars. That one's not gold, but I do like it because it looks pretty vintage looking. I feel like this line is perfect for the people who love junk journals and also the people who love, you know, the Maggie Holmes paper, because it's a little bit of both worlds, right? It's a little shabby, it's a little pink, and it's a little vintage. I'm just going to have to use papers like this. Okay, so I'm just going to stick a tag in here just to fill this up. And then you can just add a little, some of these are really big, like if you're doing a larger album, I mean, that one's really big. They're just adorable, these little vintage things here. I'm trying to find something to stick over here. Did I have this one already? I don't think I did. Okay, we'll use this one. And I'm going to put some double-sided foam tape. So you see how you can, like, you know, just run with it and do it quick, or just take your time, because this is so lovely. And again, you don't have to do anything crazy for someone to be like, wow, that was really beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I would be smiling if someone sent this to me in the mail. And it does look like you took your time on it, even though it's, you know, quick. And definitely don't glue your thing on like that. I usually don't do that, so I'm very surprised with myself. So, and then for the ending, I like to use this just to give it a little oomph in there, and you can see like the glitter, because it looks pretty flat, and there's nothing wrong with that. It is pretty. I do like it like that, but and I kind of just like think about where I want my lines and stuff to be. I always end up picking kind of where the white is, or like a ribbon or something. Just something I can outline a little bit. And I do like the doily being lined just a little bit. Okay, so I know, some of you who have been my fan know I'm a Snoopy fan, and it's so funny because Snoopy has blown up like crazy, and I've been getting all the Snoopy stuff, and it's been amazing. I don't know what I thought, what made me think about that. I think it was just the fact that it's kind of vintage. Not as vintage as this, but I have been enjoying that so much. So, and then I would probably do this part here, but I can't really do it because of needs to dry. Did I mess that up? Or did I do that on purpose? Okay, there. So there it is. But how sweet are these, right? Again, it's just so simple. This is like probably one of the first albums I've ever made, trying to do a mini album. But I mean, they're still lovely. And like I said, these are just some of these things that are just oldie goodies that we forget about that can still be so amazing. I'm always looking for new things to do, but you know, it's nice to go back just to the classic plain old type thing. And you could always like tie these with elastic and make a big book out of it. And there's just so many options with this. So, all right, you guys, I hope you enjoy this oldie goodie, and thanks so much for joining me.